Let's open the diary for Wednesday, the 18th of May, and we get a look at some of the economic data to trade. The main event of the day will be the release of the minutes of the last Fed meeting. That comes after the European market close. We'll get an update on that in just a minute. But before then, and before the European markets get underway, we get the first quarter GDP number out of Japan, where forecasts are for the slimmest of growth for the first quarter. Expectations for that 0.1% growth quarter on quarter. Any contraction or a flat number may well spark expectations that the Bank of Japan may act again to further stimulate the Japanese economy. Also overnight is the China house price index. The authorities there continue to pump money into the sector, building homes that as yet remain unused. It'll be interesting to see if there is a drop in house prices. And then the first major piece of data out in the European area at 9:30 a.m. UK time, we get the UK monthly jobs data. We'll get the ILO unemployment rate with a consensus for March unchanged at 5.1%. A little bit later on, there's the Eurozone Consumer Price Index for the month of April. The consensus is for a reading of 0.2% year on year. And then in the afternoon, we may see a drop in oil and gas inventories with the EIA crude oil data. The markets are beginning to price in a shortage in oil and gas supply. And then, as I said earlier, there is the release of the minutes of the last meeting of the US Federal Open Market Committee. That comes at 7 p.m. UK time, mid-afternoon in the Wall Street session. This gives us an indication as to the deep thinking of those voting members and the non-voting members of the FOMC, with some analysis and more meaningful comment as well on what their thinking is about US rates. At the moment, at least, there are still some on the FOMC suggesting we could well see an interest rate rise in the month of June, but the minutes will be scrutinised for further evidence of some of that thinking of the FOMC.